for the Nintendo Switch. We found out it'll launch March 3rd, and Breath of the Wild will be launching with it. It's a big title to go with the launch, create some hype for it.
I know that'll. I know you're looking forward to that. So
Oh yeah,
that's exciting that they are going to lead with such a good game. I think that's smart for them. I'll definitely draw a lot of attention to the launch of the console itself.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing the Mario game with the launch, I think that you won't get as much hype. I mean, a lot of people like Mario, but
Yeah.
Zelda's a lot stronger title, and I think that that's going to be good for them to be leading with that.
I do too, especially with one that did so well at E3 last year, got multiple awards.
Yeah, it looks really promising. So,
And a big thing we found out with the trailer is that there will be voice acting in this Zelda game. Everyone except for Link will have a voice, which is the first game to ever do that, and I'm really excited. I think the voices they had with Zelda and a couple other characters worked really well, and I think it'll add some emotion to the game. And
yeah, voice acting, as long as it's done well, is always a good thing. And then I really like the fact that they're not doing it for Link, because then that just kind of lends that kind of little bit of mystery to it.
Yeah.
It builds character for that character, so to speak.
Oh, and I think everybody kind of has an idea. They have had them made sounds, but everyone has an idea. Even if you have the perfect voice for them, there are going to be some people who are like, that doesn't really sound like, Link, as I imagine. So I think that's a good move. The Switch will come with 32 gigs of internal storage, which kind of surprised me. I mean, compared to other consoles, it's not a ton, but you can expand it.
Yeah, that's not a lot by any means,
No.
considering you have 500 gig, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte consoles out right now.
Yeah.
32 gigs is kind of a joke. I have 96 on my cell phone. I don't know what they were thinking there.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what I can only assume that their games will not be running off of the console itself, that they'll run off a disc or cartridge of some sorts. So
yeah, they are coming with cartridges.
So, which if that's the case, then maybe they just figure they need that internal storage for, just for, apps and whatnot. So
Yeah.
but still, 32 seems kind of low. I'll be anxious to see how that works out for them.
Yeah, like I say, the price will be $299.99, so $300 for it, which is a pretty good price range. I mean, for a new console coming out.
The only thing that I think about that price is that whenever you're looking at Xbox One S, PS4 Slim coming at that price as well, I just think that they're coming in low.
Yeah.
Or they're coming in high. And
I mean, the Xbox, what did the Xbox start? Was it 400 or 500?
yeah, I think it was 400.
400.
And I think it was 500 for the one with the Kinect. And then it came down. But, I understand that they've got to make up their money and development costs and whatnot. But with the market already, at that low price, they're not doing themselves any favors coming in at that price, I don't think.
Yeah. They've announced that there will be a smart device app that you can invite friends to games, see where your friends are playing, and there will actually be voice chat through your phone, which I think is kind of a cool, different idea. I mean, I'll have to see the app and try it out to see if I like it or not, but they're gonna, right after launch, it'll be free until I think they said the fall of 2017, and then they're going to have a paid online service. I don't think they've announced the price or anything for it yet, but
I think this is a bad move on their part, because they need to get themselves established as far as their live service,
yeah,
and giving the people 6 months or so free. You're not going to have all the bugs worked out by then. It took the PlayStation Network a little while to catch up to Xbox Live,
Mm-hmm.
and the PlayStation Network, in my mind, still needs work. So it's one of those things where before and PlayStation Network was free for the longest time. It
Yeah,
only,
for a while.
And so before you start charging for your online service, you got to make sure it's on point.
Yeah.
To make it worth that money.
And I think there's a lot of people. I mean, like me, I'm getting it to play Zelda. I mean, I don't really need an online service. So to pay to have one, it's gonna have to offer something, that's worth paying for.
And also on that aspect, you're not going to have that many people that that are going to get that console.
Right.
And like you said, you're getting a single player game, so you're not going to be wanting that online experience to play with those people. You're not, and I don't think that the game's going to have games of the Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall caliber.
I don't think so.
To really boast an online community. Now they probably will have Monster Hunter, which is on the DS, which I think would work well on the Switch, which I think is a great game, and that would have a lot of multiplayer, content, and would be worthy of getting that subscription in that instance. So, it's one of those things where, but they need to. They need to have that content readily available, because if you don't have multiplayer content, games that are people really want to play with other people, your online service is not really going to draw the people that you want, because there's nothing there for them. They don't need
no.
with all that single player content. Now you will have probably your Mario parties and your Super Smash Brothers and
Splatoon.
Yeah, and games like that, which will lend themselves to the multiplayer aspect. But once again, you got to have a good system in place, and I don't think that in its infant stage that it'll live up to the hype or live up to the price that people are paying for it, because of all the bugs and kinks and stuff that'll have to work out.
Yep.